audio. Make sure it's not turned fully up like it usually is. Oh. Make sure it actually comes up. Not coming up for me. Is it coming up for you?
Yeah. I've ticked the box.
Alright. Hello and welcome to the SLR SidePOD for episode 23. I have a feeling this is going to be a very short podcast, to be honest. As of course, it is me, your host, iCallum76, as usual, or SLR iCallum, whichever one you want to choose. I don't really mind either way. And Clock, the resident quizmaster.
Yes. Up with the
No one
general.
else. After the ego boost last week, I'm not doing it anymore.
That's a downgrade to my ego then.
Good. Yeah, like I said, only me and Clock today. Because people have buggered off and not told us earlier, so it's kind of been last minute. Yeah. God, this is going to be a very, very, very short podcast. I'm going to keep it on for as long as the race, but yeah. Today, as you can see by the title, we're doing a tribute SidePOD this week. So I'm saying I'm having a drink. We will be paying tribute to the late Anton Hubert, who of course died at Belgium after a horrific crash in F2, which of course cost him his life and has caused another driver to not be able to get back to racing in the foreseeable future. That's Carrera, I think it is. Am I
yes,
wrong on that one?
Juan Manuel Correa.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember the first part of his name. I was like, it is Carrera, isn't it? And of course, I butchered the pronunciation as usual. Of course, Owen's not here, so he won't be doing his usual thingamajig of telling all the scores. Trying to think what else. We're probably not going to be able to do the quiz this week because, of course, there's only two of us, and I'd be the only one being able to answer. We will do a quick run through the quiz, see what questions were going to be asked. If that's alright with you, Clark?
Yeah.
Of course, I'll do driver of the day, but I have a feeling the topic is not going to be a very long one. Of course, Wednesday race in the background, I forgot to put the spectator menu up, so I'll do that now. Of course, we're at Belgium this week. I'm trying to think what else to say now. I mean, we can get on with the race, I guess. To get on the race, we'll get on with the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like I said earlier, we'll be doing the tribute race. Oh my god, why do I keep doing that? We'll do it as... I'm actually having a stroke. We are doing a tribute SidePOD to Anton Hubert, who unfortunately died on the 31st of August 2019 at Belgium. The race we are doing. With this week we will be doing tribute helmets and numbers for Anton. Me and Scopes have the pleasure of driving the 2019 Arden tomorrow in F2, so please go watch that. It'll be a pretty good race. And root for Scopes, because Scopes will be actually taking Hubert's car, as I have granted him the pleasure of I wouldn't actually. I don't know why I said pleasure.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sort of a pleasure.
Well, yeah.
I assume people understand what you mean.
Yeah. I did, yeah. I didn't want it to sound bad, but you know. Alright. I'd just like to go over some of just some of Anton's history. Just get a give a brief history of the amazing driver Anton Hubert. So he was born on the 22nd of September,
Which is the same birthday as me,
1996.
by the way.
Oh, shout out to Clock having the same.
Just want to say that.
He was born in Lyon in France. I'm guessing that's Lyon instead of Lyon, but oh well. He raced in the French F4 Championship in 2013, as well as the Formula Renault 2.0 Alps, the Euro Cup Formula Renault 2.0 as well, on 2013. In 2014-15, he participated in the European Championship. 2016, he raced in Formula 3, and 2017-18, he ran in GP3, which then leads us to his final, racing. What's it called? I can't even call it league because that's not really what it is. It's
Championship.
Championship, that's the word. Flip, now I can remember championship. So of course, he participated in the 2019 Formula 2 Championship, which he drove the BWT Arden. He started 16 races with 2 wins, 2 podiums, and 2 pole positions. No fastest laps, and finished best in 10th. Car number 19 has been retired in honour. Out of respect, like when Joe Bianchi's number got retired as well. I would like to just quickly say the championships he did win: the 2018 GP3 Series and the 2013 French F4 Championship. I know for a fact that day was very emotional for a number of reasons. Well, one, a well-respected and well-loved driver, was murdered in a tragic accident. And secondly, because there was, 3 French drivers at the time, all mourning the loss of him. Multiple drivers who had raced throughout their careers with him, such as Charles Leclerc, Gasly, I don't think Albon, was it Albon who was also the one who drove with him, but I can't remember who it was. Anyway, a lot of the young drivers, of course, mourned the loss of him, because of course they'd raced with him in other divisions and other championships. Of course, Charles Leclerc, one of his compatriots, of course, won that race the day after. His friend died. Attributed the race to Anton Hubert. It's kind of hard to say much about it, apart from it was a tragic loss, and loss of an amazing driver who could have done amazing things in F1 if given a chance. Personally, didn't really, keep an eye on his career that much. I'm not a big believer in going through the lower divisions apart from F2, really, so it's kind of a bit of a hard one for me. But yeah, hard to find something to say, to be honest. Do you have anything to say, Clock?
Well, I think what stuck with me most from that weekend was the clip of Hamilton getting interviewed and seeing the crash on a TV screen, and he instantly recognized that was bad. I mean, you can see at his reaction that this wasn't just another accident. that happens every other weekend.
Yeah.
And the impact of how it actually happened, that he crashed first into the barrier. So that's the crash structure of the car used
Yeah.
up, if that makes sense. I mean, they're made to
Yeah.
crash once because the coal fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I don't. It's hard for me to word this in English very well, but
Basically, put it in video game terms, you'd used his bonus life, with that first crash, and then
yeah, because
you explain it, Clark.
the coal fiber can only like absorb that huge amount of energy once. They can't do it again. And then the other problem was that when Correa appeared, Hubert had bounced from the barrier and back out, not on the circuit, but
Yeah.
on the escape road, on where approximately where the exit of the other pit lane is, because there's a pits, of
Yeah.
course, which the other pits which they don't use. But he was there, and Correa slammed the side of Hubert's car. Which
Yeah.
also is a vulnerable point, obviously, because you don't crash a lot with your SidePOD.
Yeah, usually head-on collisions
Yeah.
or slightly slower collisions into
Yeah.
the side.
And I remember seeing the picture of Correa's car when the whole nose of his car was gone, so you can actually see his feet.
Yeah. And of course,
Showed.
we all know that he no longer can walk without aids at the moment, as that impact shattered the bones in his legs, broke his ankle, and broke all the bones in his feet. I think there was also spinal damage, if I remember correctly. Plus probably a broken rib or two. So, yeah, it was not a light crash by any means. Any crash that can take out a car twice, is it's not a good crash. No crashes are good by any means or any standard, but watching the videos back of the crashes, seeing all the pictures, it just reminds me how horrific the crash was at the time. Yeah.
But it's an eye opener as well. That
Yeah.
it wasn't as much an eye opener as Jules Bianchi's crash, but
Yeah.
Jules Bianchi, he crashed into a
Tractor.
a tractor basically. So and hit the tractor with his head. So that one was a bit like, of course, you can't protect the head and whatever.
Yeah.
But now with this crash, it's the first time since Senna that someone's actually died by crashing on a circuit that isn't invaded by a tractor.
Yeah.
And obviously it shows that we can't get into that false sense of security, and that sport is completely safe, because it never will be. Of course it can be.
Of course not.
Of course it can be extremely safe though, compared to what it was, and they take all the safety measures needed. But I mean, we can't forget that even when Senna died, it was like the first death in a couple of years, and people already then started to believe that it's pretty safe. It's so easy to forget, and when something doesn't happen for only 1 or 2, maybe 3 years, then you actually forget on how the reality is, and then it comes smashing you straight in your face, and you realize you can't take anything for granted, and it
was. Go on.
It's probably the same everywhere. That logic probably applies to life as well in general. So it's.
And like you were saying, at the end of the day, we can promise safety, but we can promise safety to a certain degree. Nothing will ever be 2000% safe. There will always be that percentage that something goes wrong, certain set of circumstances, and you're gone. You're never coming back. You're never standing up from that. I mean, I think there were some people who kind of writ off the accident at first because they writ it off as being someone to blame. But from what I remember, there was no one to blame for that. It was just an accident. No one really caused it. It was a mass chain of events that just spiraled into the tragic loss of Hubert. To be honest, I'm not really sure what else to say. It's awful thing to have happened.
Yeah, and this is the reason why we should learn to appreciate all the safety measures the FIA brings in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can remember back only a few years when the Halo was introduced, and so many people was unhappy.
Oh
but
God,
you see,
I know.
I'm sure a lot of people are still unhappy, but you see how it can be. Of course, it wasn't. The Halo was never going to help him with the SidePOD, but it's helped other people.
Yeah.
Like Leclerc in Belgium 2
I was
years
about to
ago.
mention that, yeah.
And
yeah, that weird accident.
I don't think Alonso would have been angry having a Halo in 2012 in Belgium as well. He was.
I know that was. Yeah.
It was lucky that time.
Alonso was involved in both accidents that involved a car flipping over another car at the same corner.
But it's always been the same with safety measures. I mean, in the 50s when they made helmets mandatory, people were complaining about that. You shouldn't have a helmet when you race. And, I mean, if you hear anyone complain about helmets today, I mean, helmets is today it's a part of a driver. It's how you recognize them in the car.
Yeah.
Apart from the numbers nowadays as well.
Think back to, what was it, 2009? When Felipe Massa got hit by the coil of, I think it was actually the Brawn, so I think it was 2009.
Yeah, it was Barrichello in Hungary.
Yeah. Got hit right in the helmet by a
spring,
I think it was a loose spring.
Yeah.
I think it was a loose suspension spring. And if he hadn't had his helmet, it literally would have ripped a hole in his head because of the speed they were going. So people think that helmets. Well, no one nowadays thinks helmets are useless, but back then, if you would if we could go back in time and show them that helmets literally save lives every couple races, then I think they'd have a different opinion.
It's actually an interesting YouTube channel called Chain Bear F1. He has one video on helmet history.
Yeah, I've watched that video as well. Yeah.
So if anyone wants to know a bit more of what we're talking about, watch that. I'm not an expert on helmets, but yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Oh God, I to be honest, Clock, I'm kind of stumped for what to talk about.
Oh, it's tough when it's only 2 hours, but to be fair though, it's not a really lengthy topic. Really, it's. I mean, you can only say so much about Hubert. I mean, you don't want to talk in depth about a crash. It's just not something you want to do. And
we could go into the technical side of all of what happened, but both of us don't really know that kind of side of it. But I think it would just be. I think when people go into the technical sides of deaths, it takes away from the actual emotion. It makes it feel kind of like they don't care. I know they do care, but at the end of the day, they start talking about the technicality of, oh, he died because of this, he died because of that. At the end of the day, he died. It's an awful, awful thing. Sorry, it's just.
Yeah, but
I
it's
hate it when
also
people go.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's what can happen when if you put yourself in a racing car, you will always have to be wary of the risk.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he was just as everyone else. Of course, you'll have the mentality that it won't happen to me, if it even happens, because
Yeah.
you know.
I don't think they have the mentality it won't happen to me. I think their mentality is, how can I avoid it? How can I make sure that it isn't me?
Honestly, I don't
I
think
don't.
I don't think they think like that, but I think they have the like I'm too good to die, or if, like I won't crash. I think
If
F1
anyone
as
thinks that it, yeah, I
yeah,
think if anyone thinks that, they're a bit arrogant.
yeah, but
That's just.
I think F1 drivers are usually so big egos, like they don't always show it outside because they're just gonna be, you know, not taken very well by the public. But I think there's massive egos needed to even reach F1, and I think you have to have the mentality that I won't crash and die. I know it's possible, but I won't. I mean, what do you think what sort of mentality do they think they had in like the 70s when they were racing in a bathtub, basically? Surely then you have to race with a mentality saying that, okay, I'm racing in a killing machine on wheels, but I won't crash it.
True.
How can you
I bet.
how can you justify it yourself otherwise doing it? I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's correct, but
Yeah, yeah. To me, this is my own opinion, of course, but at the end of the day, if you put yourself in a position where you think you don't crash, you will never crash. You promise yourself you will not crash, and you crash. Do you think that would not be the biggest ego break in the world? I mean, I hate to bring up a point that I've heard been made, but according to some people, Felipe Massa, after the incident, lost his edge. Which I don't think is true, but I think there is an element of, when you go for a crash, it humbles you a bit, and you start not taking the risk. But at the end of the day, why take the risk? And put yourself in a position where you would... Oh, I've worded this wrong, really wrong. What I actually think. To be honest, I have no idea where I am at the moment.
But talking Massa, Rob Smedley actually said this on the Beyond the Grid podcast that he didn't lose anything at all in terms of pace. He said
I didn't think he did.
He said that Rob Smedley said that they did the test and he was just as quick as he usually was. I think he also showed that in 2010. I mean, he was quick in 2010. It was not until like 2011, 2012 he lost his edge. And you have to remember he was driving a shite car by then. Massa is probably one of those drivers. He's good, but he's not an all-time great, which means that he needs a good car to win. And if he gets a good car, he will win. He don't need the absolute best car. He doesn't need a 2020 Mercedes. And to win, he needs a good enough car to win. Exactly. I mean, in 08 and 07, 06, when he actually won, those other cars was, just as good, if not better. With Renault in 06 and the McLaren. And 2010, the Red Bull was probably better as well. I think what destroyed him was the fact that Alonso became a clear number one. First of all, they had to let Alonso through in Germany at Hockenheim.
I think we all saw that coming though. to be honest.
Yeah, but still, I think it made him lost his edge a little bit, and I think
Yeah.
then getting further outpaced by Alonso every year, I think he lost his confidence more and more and more. But you have to remember that it's no shame in getting outpaced by Alonso. You have to remember that the 2012 Ferrari was shite.
Yeah.
The fact that Alonso almost won the championship in the third,
I know.
maybe fourth best car,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
On some tracks, even would argue it was the 5th best car.
I mean, a lot of
But-
people say that, especially towards the end, the McLaren were the best car in 2012, but it just broke down
Yeah.
half the races. So
Well, it wasn't just it breaking down. I think there was a lot of issues with the team as well in 2012.
yeah,
Didn't Hamilton move to Mercedes in 2013? For 2013.
yeah. It was like after Singapore, I think he broke down from the lead, Hamilton, and then that's when he kind of started to get persuaded by Lauda.
Disillusioned, yeah.
And then he broke down again in Abu Dhabi from the lead when Raikkonen won.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. If it wasn't for reliability issues, that McLaren would have definitely been a more worthy title contender than cost of Ferrari, but
Yeah, it should have been Red Bull versus McLaren, because Red Bull was always obvious second, maybe
clear
first.
cut, yeah.
Red Bull was probably quicker at the beginning. I think McLaren ended the year better in terms of raw pace in the car. Then there's always other areas playing a part. But yeah. Anyway, Massa.
Yeah,
then I think Massa, he got his confidence back being at Williams. I mean, he had pole in Austria, didn't he? I think. Was it Bottas?
He got pole in Austria.
And then he had a podium in Monza in 2015, I think.
Yes, if I remember correctly.
I think it was Bottas who got that podium though in Austria when he was on pole, so he probably finished 4th in that race, but still.
I can't remember, I always thought it was Massa who got that pole.
But I think it was Massa who got the pole, but I think Bottas was the one finishing on the podium. Because both the Mercedes beat them in the race, I think, and the Williams were 3rd and 4th. I think Bottas got the podium.
It pisses me off that Williams was a actual clear contender for like top 3.
I mean, it was the Mercedes engine.
Yeah.
Then Mercedes
But
in
you can't just
2014.
you can't just have an engine and expect to do well altogether.
Nah, of course, but I mean, in 2014, in 2014 it was Mercedes engine, and then if you compare it with 2020, it was like Williams, Mercedes, Williams, Mercedes, and Force India had the Mercedes, and literally every team had this year's Ferrari engine. That's like the comparison, because Renault was shite and Ferrari was shite. They just developed their engines too late.
Yeah. Love how Owen's not here yet. He's still doing the summit, the SidePOD tweet. Literally 3 people asked if they wanted to come on. Toonman, Barlow, and... No, it wasn't 3 people. Owen was also going to come on, but of course he said he wasn't going to. Yeah, Barlow would ask, oh, do you want him for the SidePOD? I was like, oh yeah, of course. Last minute, I can't make it tonight, mate, sorry. Toonman texted me on Discord. I was like, alright, yeah, you can come on. He went, that's only if I, of course, don't get a spot on the Wednesday race. What has he got? A spot on the Wednesday race. Yeah. And then, of course, Ranga has just buggered off, so... Steve, my co-host, is not here.
He has early work tomorrow, which is fair enough.
Yeah, no. I totally get that one.
Yeah, you could go
good
over.
Job I'm here.
Yeah, could go over driver of the week. And...
I'll go over driver of the week, and then I'll just sort of we'll talk about the quiz. Just give me 1 second. I cannot find Discord. Go. I can't remember who the driver of the weeks are. I don't even think it's been announced. Because I don't remember it being announced. Am I going insane? No, it wasn't
Maybe.
announced. It wasn't announced. It was just we just can't leave it up to working out who got it. Okay.
Well, that's pretty simple.
So
Division 1, so it's Coker.
yeah, I figured. Yeah, I figured it out. I figured out who got it. So in F2, the driver of the week is Freeman. After invalidating and starting P18, put on a show, making great moves on what is a difficult track to overtake, finishes 4th. I should have got driver of the week just for finishing after my abysmal race. But no, congratulations to Freeman, well deserved. And for F1, we have SLR Scopes. I'm going to read out what it says. This man represents coming back from a heavy low. His attitude away from the track was brought on the track to earn an amazing podium despite starting 17th. Making the one-stop work, taking advantage of the safety car and battling drivers with fresh soft spots on worn hards. Right at the end alone is a huge achievement. Congratulations to Scorps, it was a good battle, mate. Wish you were here right now to talk about it. So congratulations to Freeman and Scorps on drivers of the week. Yeah. So clock, shall we go over the quiz? See what questions we're maybe going to be asked tonight?
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, we'll check if you have a memory or not then. It's tough being alone.
Why don't you ask me the quiz and I'll see if I can get it.
Yeah, let's go for it. We'll see if Callum alone can take this. If he does, I'll be impressed then, because they usually have a question each almost. Yeah. Maybe someone can help you in the chat.
I'm gonna have a look, see if anyone's actually on the chat.
But anyway, I want the 3 winners from last season in Belgium.
Oh fuck! Oh, you flip me here, like. Jam.
Correct.
Shit. Who won Div 2 last year? Okay, time up. Oh god, clock! What have you done to me here? I can't think of who it is.
Dodge is in the chat as well. Maybe he can help you.
Yeah, I'm just on chat now. Div 3, I think. I could be wrong. I think I'm not thinking the right person. Was it you who won Div 2 last year?
No, it's a good guess since I was second in the championship, but no, I did not win in Belgium. Might it
have been Beast?
No, it's also a good guess since he won the championship, but no, he didn't win either.
Callum McEwen?
No.
Oh my lord.
Dodge says Div 3 Dark 7, but that is wrong as well.
That's wrong?
Yes.
I doubt Wrangle won.
It didn't. It's a bit pretty funny actually, because Beast finished second, I finished third, and McEwen finished fourth. So he put.
God freaking damn it! Flip now. McVeach. He's very successful now, though.
No, he finished 6th.
I'm absolutely stumped. Flip hell. Did I actually finish that race? Do you know? I don't think I finished that race.
Oh, you weren't. You were in Div 2, yeah, of course you were. You DNF'd, yeah. You 16th.
Yeah.
DNF'd.
I DNF'd quite early then.
Wasn't that the race when we had a huge start crash? Or was that another race?
I think that was the race we had a huge
It was
start
like a
crash.
crazy for lap 1 where just multiple people have crashed.
I'm gonna have to throw in the towel here, mate. I can't think of Div 2 or Div 3.
It was
I'm...
crispy in Div 2.
Oh my god, I forgot about Crispy. Fuck.
Could
Why didn't I think of Crispy?
Could we think about Div 3 then?
Scott?
No, Scott
That was a
crashed.
stupid guess.
Dodger said Senna, and he finished 9th. He had a 15-second penalty as well.
I can't remember who was in Div 3. Why can't I remember who was in Div 3? Nicklin?
No,
Who was second and third?
Hicklin crashed. Ronda Jules finished 2nd, and Scott Laney finished 3rd.
Maybe Dead Paul?
No, he crashed out quite early. He finished 18th.
Frickin' hell. God, I can't remember anyone from Div 3 to be honest. Are they still in the league?
Yes, they did. I think they're in Div 2 now. They did the race in Div 1 2 weeks ago, I think.
I'm racking my brain.
Dodgy says original, but that is not correct.
You think they're in Div 2 now?
Yeah, I know he did the race in Div 1, but I don't know if he was moved up to, or if he is a reserve or.
Kind of been Dawsey.
No. I'm just gonna check his roles in Discord, see what he's in.
I'm trying to think of everyone. Neelix maybe?
No, Neelix. Where did Neelix? He crashed first of everyone.
Oh,
he was 20th.
Oh no, Zach never won last year, did he? He didn't win last season, but he did quite well. I'm throwing in the towel, I still can't
Not
think
in
of
Belgium though, he crashed out. It was 10 people actually crashed in Belgium. Only 10
it.
finishers.
Jesus!
It was Lewis OD.
Oh! Dodgy just put it in the chat,
I
so
see that.
Good job, Dodgy.
Yeah, well done, Dodgy. Probably put it before I said it on the stream, so.
He did. It flashed up just before you said it.
Well done, Dodgy. I'll have to say on that one.
Good job, Dodgy.
Now I want to know who has had only one driver has had more than one pole position in Belgium. Who's that? No.
I tried my best. More than one. Are they a current driver?
No.
Presto.
No. Sort of no's here. No again.
What do I win, says Dodgy. You win the validation of clock. I don't think it was Maro.
Nope.
I don't remember seeing Maro ever get a pole position. It's pole position, correct? You're saying pole position, right?
Yeah, pole positions, yeah. There's only one guy who's had 2. Everyone else has had 1. I want the guys had 2.
I don't think it's you.
Nope.
No, I didn't think it was. They're not a current driver. Have they converted either of these poles into a win?
I'd say yes, but I'm not sure. He got one of them in season 1. He got the second one in either season 2 or season 3. I'm not sure which one.
It would have been season 3. We didn't do Belgium in season 2.
Oh well then, it was season 3 then.
I can't think of it.
It was in different divisions as well.
In different divisions?
Yes. In season 1 he scored it in division 3 and his other pole was in division 1.
Well, you've got me stumped. Give me a second. I'm gonna rack my brain.
No.
That was a fair guess. It's really hard with different people because when there's different people in, you can sort of bounce off each other and see who's who, and see where people have done. I think.
Trying to think
JH?
something. No. It's a good guess though. He was obviously in Div 3 in Season 1.
Yeah.
And then in Div 1 as well, so...
Okay, I might be fishing in the wrong barrel here, but Constant Ryan?
He was never in Div 3. He won the Div 2 championship in Season 1.
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe he got moved up and did Div... So they were a Div 3 driver that got a pole and then moved up.
But they did probably... They did a whole season Div 3 in Season 1. Or at least...
Was it Nuke?
Yes!
Nuke? Oh!
Relic Nuke, yeah.
I was thinking Div 3 drivers. Who was a Div 3 driver? And then it was Ranga's favourite person to figure out. It's Relic Nuke.
Yeah, yeah, but him and JH got so much success from that Season 1 when they were dominating Div 3.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, on to the next question.
Yeah, go on.
And I want to know then, who is the most successful driver in Belgium with 41 points to his name?
That's a current driver, correct?
No.
McVeach.
Correct. I knew you were gonna get that straight away because you said McVeach so many times. I was like, it will be right.
Yeah, because I remember doing the quiz last season in Belgium, and McVeach was the most successful driver then. So
yeah, fair enough.
Fortunate there. Keeping my memory sharp.
Yeah, we'll have a try out your memory a bit more now with my two final questions. But now we're gonna try the real life memory.
Oh no.
And this, first of all, I was gonna ask about Belgium drivers, but then I realized there've been shitloads of Belgium drivers that I didn't even know myself. A lot of drivers in the 50s that did like one season. I'm not expecting you to know them.
Probably some of them only did one race.
So you can read out.
Oh my god, I'm not very good when it comes to like
yeah,
certain countries' drivers.
Actually, when you says that, I'm looking at the Belgian drivers, and you had like Charles van Acker. He did an entry, but he didn't start a race, so that's all he did in F1 history. So yeah.
And you were gonna try and make me guess him or something?
No, I wasn't gonna make you guess him. There's a lot of them actually.
No.
There's a lot of weird names here, to be fair. Charles de Tornaco, he did 4 races. Should know about him. Nah, but
definitely know about him.
But it's two Belgium drivers raced in the last decade, so between 2010 and 2019, and I want to know who those 2 drivers are.
Repeat the question, sorry.
So the last decade,
Yeah.
there was two Belgian drivers who did a full season in F1, a full or multiple seasons. So it wasn't just one of races, but I want to know who are these 2.
God.
This is one of those questions. If I tell you the answer, you're gonna kick yourself because you'll know straight away who it is.
This might be a very long shot. Maldonado?
No, he's from Venezuela.
I don't know. I can't remember what flag he uses. Flip it now. You've given me a tough question here.
I can help you with the active years. One of them raced in 2011 and 2012, and one of them raced between 2016 and 2018. Should help you a bit.
Oh, you bastard. Van Dorn.
Van Dorn is correct.
Oh, fuck. Who was the other one? 11 to 12, did you say?
Yes, he did 20 races between 2011 and 2012.
Full-time driver, definitely.
Yes. If you have F1, if you have F1 2011, if you've ever played that game, he was a full-time driver in that game.
I have played that game. I can't remember who did where and who was. Oh. Can you give me a hint on the team? Because I can't really remember that many names.
He will. I'm not. If I tell you, I think it's a bit too easy if I tell you specific. But he was in one of those three bottom teams. Whatever they were called at the time. I think it was Lotus, HRT, and Virgin. Or I don't think they were Manor or Marussia yet.
No, Marussia came in 2013, if I remember correctly. God, I am absolutely stumped.
Think back to the F1 2011 days. You playing that game. Who was at the back with you at the start of career mode?
But you're asking for something from a very long time ago. Kane was Indian. Am I wrong there?
No, you're correct. He was Indian.
Yeah, Kane was Indian. Then
you had
Chilton was British.
Yeah, he will. That was 2015, though 2014. You had Karthikeyan and Liotzi in the HRT.
That rules out HRT.
And in the Lotus, you had Kovalainen and Jarno Trulli. Who was racing the Virgin next to Timo Glock?
Oh, I don't know. I can't remember.
He was Jerome D'Ambrosio.
Oh my freaking god, D'Ambrosio. That brings back memories. Cursing D'Ambrosio.
I knew that was a question. It was going to be tough because he's a very forgettable driver. I'm sorry, D'Ambrosio, but you are. You didn't make a big impression in F1. But yeah.
The only impression he ever made on me was when I cursed him out in the middle of a race for blocking me in my Ferrari.
But you do, I mean, since it's very recent, you still remember him when you hear his name, so that's why I knew you've had his name in the back of your head somewhere. But yeah, we'll have one more question though on Belgian drivers, and Belgium have two drivers who's won a race. Can you name at least one of them?
Oh, you're singing up you're barking up the wrong tree here, mate.
I mean, one of them was pretty. One of them raced for 13 years. He did.
Yep, I know which. Oh.
They did over 100 started in between 66 and 79.
So qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow. Your top three are Ilott, King and Nikita Mazepin.
He also won the 24 Hours of Le Mans 6 times.
Oh, you are a bitch.
So make sure you join us then.
He was runner-up in the F1 Championship in '69 and 1970.
Please stop talking. You're making it worse. Oh, I hate you. I really hate you.
Dodgy has got one of them. He didn't get the one I was talking about. He got Thierry Boutsen, which is well done. Which is well done, Dodgy.
Can I take a very big shot in the dark? That may leave me feeling stupid.
Yeah. Well, first I'm just gonna say that well done, Dodgy. You got Thierry Boutsen. He won 3 races between '83 and '93. Raced for Arrows, Benetton, Williams, Ligier, and Jordan. So yeah, there's one more guy, and Callum is gonna have a
Okay.
shot now.
Can I have a massive shot in the dark? It's the only Belgian driver who I remember from around that period.
Yeah.
I might actually be wrong that he may not be a Belgian driver. Jackie X?
Well done. It's correct.
Really?
It is correct.
Oh my fucking god. Ah. Oh, right. Okay, I don't know if you feel happy or not.
Of course you feel happy. That's really well done of you.
I couldn't name you what
I mean,
cars he drove.
he's one of those drivers that, you know, he didn't win that much in F1. He only got won 8 races in 13 years, but he drove for a lot of teams. He drove for Cooper, Ferrari, Brabham, McLaren, Williams, Lotus,
Jesus.
Wolf Williams, Ensign,
Yeah.
and Ligier.
Jesus, that's a resume and a half.
Well then.
I've started an F2 Grand Prix race and I feel like I can't finish it because we're literally at the end of the SidePOD.
Yeah, it's a pretty good time as well. We're almost at the 1 hour mark. Just gonna see Callum crash here at start, see if we can go through turn 1. He's few about those we can't crash. No pressure, Callum. Judging by his silence, he's focusing a lot now. He wants some overtakes. And here comes Owen. He's just missed the quiz. He's gonna be very sad now. I am not joking.
Oh.
We're just watching me be
ran
a
on
bot.
as quick as I could. Oh.
Callum,
Shut up, Clark.
Callum's trying to take out Calderon in Radion.
Shut up.
Where?
I just want to see if I can get this move to work.
Yeah,
Oh.
what?
No, I
Whoopsie.
can't! She pulls across every time. I fucking hate this. I'm trying again. I'm gonna see if I can make this move work. I think I can. She's gonna pull across.
What sort of stuff did we have on the quiz today?
Just that I didn't get. Ugh.
We had some Belgian drivers. Some Belgian. That's SLR.
Oh wait, Lacey, get your ass around the corner.
Well, you can.
But I wasn't any of the answers. Scored my first point in last season.
You wasn't, unfortunately, in any of the answers. Callum just answered McVeach to every question until it was correct.
And it was correct at one point, because he was the most successful driver of SLR in Belgium.
Well, he is. For a couple of days more.
So,
But yeah,
Well, I'm probably the most least successful.
I guess I'll give the word to you then, Callum, to...
Hold on. I just want to complete the lap and see where I get.
He's
I'm
racing. He's
dedicated
racing
now.
in 0% AI. Can't even be first after one lap.
It's 85. I'm ah, shit! I touched him. Fuck off. I'm trying my best. Late dive. Come on. Oh no, I fucking spun it.
So what's it become? Just a little gaming stream now, is it?
I just wanted to do. Ow.
He started an F2 race for the
I've
background
completed my lap.
when the race
Quiz was
when the
on,
race was
yeah.
finished
What,
and
do a
when
little
the
bit
quiz
of
was
practice
on.
for tomorrow.
He's in the F2
Yeah.
car, so yeah.
All right. So you've kind of joined too late here.
Oh, well, I'm here.
Owen.
I've shown my face. That's all I need to do.
I'm ending the
Hello,
stream
everyone.
now. I'm gonna try and no, I can't do that. Well, yeah. Thank you all for joining the SLR SidePOD for episode 23. been a bit of a weird one, as there's only been 2 of us to try and keep the stream going for nearly an hour. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you, Clock, for being here, and no thanks to Owen for showing up as we end it.
I do my best.
What a bottle. All the time, mate. Alright. Thank you all. I've been iCallum76.